Welcome to another new episode of the Get Organised with Decluttr Me podcast with myself, Shalina. I hope you're well wherever you are in the world. Today, we're talking about a topic that always comes up with my clients around this time of the year, end of school decluttering for parents. Now, if you're a parent, you know this time of year is chaotic. You've got school events, exam revision, end of term performances, maybe some last-minute birthday parties, and the looming pressure of summer holidays just around the corner. Amid it all, your house starts to fill with piles of paper, random art projects, books, broken stationery, and uniforms that no longer fit. It can feel like you're living in a storage unit rather than a home. So today I want to help you take back control. I'm going to walk you through practical, manageable steps to tackle the clutter that builds up at the end of the school year. And not just so everything looks tidy, but so that you and your child can start the summer holiday feeling lighter, calmer, and more in control. So let's start with the school bags and daily use items. I want you to go grab your child's bag right now if you can. When was the last time you looked inside it? Be honest. For many parents, the answer is somewhere between weeks ago and never. It's totally fine. We're all busy. The school bag tends to become a black hole of crumbs, papers, broken pencils, tissues, and long forgotten snacks. Sometimes it's so full that the zip barely closes, but the child is still lugging it around every day. So here's what to do. Sit with your child and empty the bag together, section by section. Make it fun. Set a timer, play music, or have a competition to find the strangest thing inside. Wipe the inside and outside of the bag with a damp cloth. You'd be amazed at how much grime builds up over the school year. Sort everything into 4 categories: keep, throw, store for next year, and uncertain, which you can revisit later. Then ask yourself, is the bag still usable for next year? Does your child still want to use it again, or is it falling apart? If it's still in good condition, give it a proper clean and store it. If not, let it go now before the next school year sneaks up on you. This alone could feel like a massive win. Now let's do the paper pile up. This is one of the biggest complaints I hear. I don't know what to do with all the papers. And I get it. Worksheets, spelling tests, doodles, certificates. Oh my God, so many certificates. Letters from school. The list is endless. So here's how to tackle it without feeling overwhelmed. Grab a large basket or box. Label it with your child's name and school year. Sit down together and go through each paper. Talk to your child about what they're proud of and what they can let go. Keep only the reports, the certificates. So many certificates. Major projects or essays that show growth, a few art pieces that bring you joy or happiness or have sentimental value. Recycle the rest. Yes, even the half-finished math sheet from January, you will not miss it, and they definitely won't miss it. If your child is attached to their artwork, take photos of the bigger or bulkier pieces and create a digital memory album. At the end of each term, build this into your routine, so don't wait for it to become a mountain. Next, let's talk about the endless drawer or the stationery and supplies. There's always that drawer, the one full of pens that don't work, erasers, rulers, glue sticks, highlighters in every neon color. So let's sort it like this. Take everything out and test each item. Yeah, really, trust me on this. Toss anything broken, dried out, or missing lids. Keep a small supply box for home use, labeled and easily accessible. Then set aside the good quality extras for next year's school kit. Donate any unused items to charities or schools that accept supplies. You don't need to buy another pack of pens in August if you already have 20. This is also a great way to teach kids about being mindful of their belongings. Next, let's talk about uniform and clothes. Now, I understand children grow rapidly. My nephews are now way taller than me, and I remember them when they were knee-high to a grasshopper. So, yeah, it's depressing. And somehow, they always seem to grow mid-school year. So by June, half their uniform doesn't fit. like their trousers are way up, nearly close to their knees. It's ridiculous. So, what I suggest is have your child try on every uniform item, including PE kits, shoes, and accessories. Anything too small or worn out, put it in a donate or discard pile. If they're staying at the same school next year and items still fit, wash and store them neatly. Use vacuum sealed bags or labeled bins to store items without taking up the wardrobe space. Check what will need replacing now so you can plan ahead. Avoid the panic buying in August. Next, let's talk about the lunch boxes and water bottles. The water bottles are the epidemic of 2024 and it's carried on to this year. Everybody has millions of water bottles, even the adults, especially Stanley's. It's an obsession. Lunch boxes are a breeding ground for mold and smells. It's amazing how lunch boxes and bottles multiply. So open everything. If there's old food in there, put gloves on and bin it. Check for cracks, leaks, and wear. Clean them with hot water and baking soda to remove odors if there are any in there. Discard items which are beyond saving. Check with the kids which ones they love or don't like. The ones they don't like, give it away for donation. Store or label what can be reused. And then you can look at investing in better quality ones if needed. It'll save you the rush later. Next, let's talk about the sports and extracurricular gear, which can be really bulky. They take up a lot of space and are often forgotten. So go through the football boots, the ballet shoes, the cricket bats, musical instruments, and check what your child will continue doing next year. Clean and store what's being kept. Donate or sell anything no longer needed. Finally, let's talk about the memory boxes and sentimental items. So it's easy to get overwhelmed here, but don't hold on to everything just because you feel guilty of letting go. My advice is allocate one memory box per child per year. Include 1 or 2 standout drawings, a school photo, the report card, end of year card or a small gift, one handwritten story or note. Keep it slim. Think of it as a time capsule, not a dumping ground. And that leads on to then the digital clutter. So digital schoolwork can also clutter up your space. So go through the online school portals and download the important certificates or projects. Organize them into folders with dates. And then delete the junk, old notifications, empty folders, and blurry screenshots. Set a reminder to do this every quarter so it doesn't get overwhelming. So what do you do with everything afterwards? First, recycle responsibly. Get your child involved. Donate to local organizations, the uniform, the supplies, the books. Sell or give away on local parent groups. Store label boxes by school year in a designated cupboard or shelf. So now let's prepare for next year. Create a checklist of what you already have. Keep a folder for any forms or information about the next school year. Set reminders in your calendar now for uniform orders, school supply shopping, and book lists. Store everything in one place labeled back to school with the child's name. This will save you so much stress later. Decluttering at the end of the school year isn't just about tidying up. It's about closing a chapter and making space for rest and preparation. When you clear the visual noise, you make emotional space too for your child and for yourself. You don't have to do it all in one day. Break it into 30-minute sessions across a week if that's more manageable. Involve your children. They'll learn life skills in the process. And as always, if you need help or feel overwhelmed, reach out. That's what I'm here for. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Get Organised with Decluttr Me. If you found this helpful, please share it with your friends, your family, or your fellow parents who need a little help organising right now. Thanks so much, as always, for listening. Until next week, take care. Bye.